Right. Good morning, students. Okay. Let's start. We were discussing about programming, right? We discussed about finally what? Finally, what we discussed?
About the three control structures, sequence, selection, repetition.
Yeah. Control structures, sequence, selection, and repetition, right? We discussed these things. What is the sequence? What is the selection? And what is the repetition? Now, today we are going to have some examples, have some flow charts from this sequence, selection, repetition, and same thing we map into
The stretch program.
Scratch programs. Yes, I think you have some idea about Scratch with the experience of grade 10, sorry, grade 8, right? Now, first I'm going to show you an examples of sequence control structure. I will draw a flow chart. It is simple one. Then I will map that into Scratch program, right? So this is this example you have done earlier. Find the price of 5 pence, right? Find the price of 5 pence. This is the problem. So I'm going to draw the flow chart. Start. Then what?
Input the price of 1 pen.
Yes, correct. Right. To find the price of 5 pence, definitely we should have this input. Otherwise, we cannot find price of 5 pence. We should have the price of 1 pence, right? With that input, what we'll do next?
The process.
Process. What is the process?
1 pen price multiplied by 5 pence.
Right. Process is calculate the price how we calculate price of
Times
1 pence, yes, multiplied by 5. That is how we, this is our process. Price of 1 pen into 5. That is a process. Finally, we get the
answer.
answer or output.
Display the
What?
answer.
Yes. Finally, we get the price of 5 pence. Right? That is our question. We have to find the price of 5 pence. Finally, we get the price of 5 pence. Then we have to end the program. This is a simple sequence. Step by step, start to end, there is a sequence, right? Simple flow, right? Step after another. This is a sequence type of flow chart, right? You can take this down. Even we have done this yet earlier, right? You can take this down. Then I will convert this into Scratch program, right? This is a sequence type of flow chart. Yeah.
Finish writing.
Okay, I go to Scratch program. Is there any questions up to now? No, ne? Right? This is
No.
simple. We have done this in grade 8 as well, right? Okay. I think you all have downloaded the Scratch software. So then you can do with me the practical. Right. First of all, we have to start the program. Then we drag this one. When click, next what we want to do. This is the start of the program. Next, we have to input the price of one pen. Before that, we have to ask to enter that one, right? අපි මේ ප්‍රශ්නේ අහන්න ඕන price of enter the price of one pen. Then the user can enter the price of one pen. So what we should do now? What is the block that we want to put in this place? We want to get the input from the user. What is the block?
Say.
Say is to display a single message, only to display message. So I am going to
Ask.
I am going to ask the question from the user. We have to use ask. Right? It is in the sensing block, right? I will drag this ask block to here, right? Ask. Then you can type your own word here. I will type enter the price of one pin, right? The aim of this block is to get an input from the user. So when you double click this one, you can see the text box is appearing here. Text box එකක් appear වෙනවා. ඒකට අපේ input එක දෙන්න පුළුවන්. That is the use of this ask block. We are expecting input from the user. So you can have your own question here. Enter the price of one pin and wait. Right? Wait means it is expecting a input from the user. Understood? Is the board is clear?
Yeah.
Right. Then what we want to do? This is the next step. Anyone? Now
We
now
should create
here.
a variable.
Very good. So now user is going to have the price of one pen. He will input price of one pen. So then we have to get that price and we have to hold temporarily, right? So how we hold temporarily? We have to create a variable for that. We have to create a variable, right? So then to hold the price of one pen, to keep the price of one pen, I will create a variable. So there is a variable option here, right? I will make a variable from this one. Then I can give a name for this one. Price of uh, price of a pen. You can give any kind of name here, right? Then this variable is created here, price of a pen, right? Then what we want to do is, I want to put that answer to this variable. How we do that?
We should use the set block.
Set block, yes. From the variables, I will drag this set blocks, right? From the set block, from this drop down menu, I can select the variable I have created, price of a pen, right? Set the variable to, we should give the user input. User input is normally stored in answer. That's an answer block, right? I will drag this one into this place. The meaning of this code block is set the answer or put the answer to my variable, right? Now when user input this number or the price, it will put that price into this variable. Variable is a temporary thing that can hold a value, right? Hold a value. So that value we can use in future calculations, right? Any questions up to now?
No, sir.
Right. Then I have to calculate the price of 5 pence and I want to keep that in a variable. Therefore, I want to create another variable as total, right? I will create another variable, make a variable. I will name it as total, right? I will calculate the price of 5 pence and I will keep that price in total variable. I'm going to do that one, right? Again, I just get this block, set to total, right? What I'm going to set to total is the price of 5 pence. Then I have to calculate that one. So I'm going to operators, right? I'm going to operators. I will drag this multiplication here, right? Okay. Price of 1 pen is in my this variable, right? Price of a pen, I will drag this to place, multiplied by, I can give directly 5. Here is a calculation. Here I am not going to directly get the answer to here. I use, instead of, I use variable, price of a pen. That is my variable, right? When user give a value, this is my price of a pen, right? This is the temporary variable. When user gives the price of 1 pen as an input, it will, let's say, 10 rupees. It will keep this value in this variable. It is like a container, right? So for future calculations, we can directly call this variable. When you call this variable, it will get this value inside this variable. මේ variable එක තුළ තියෙන value එක එයා ගන්න. When you call the price of a pen, it will get the value of this variable. That is the use of variable, right? Okay. Then what we need to do? This is the calculations, right? This is the calculation for the process. Then we want to what? Finally, we can uh, display our output, right? Display our output. For display purpose, I will get this say block, right? Say block. Then I want to display the output with some message. Display the output with some message. So for that one, I use this join operator, right? Right. From this join operator, I can add the text here. I am going to add the text. Price of one pen, sorry. Price of 5 pence is, this message will display, right? Then I want to call that total variable. So final output is inside that total variable. Therefore, I will drag that variable to this place. Total variable to this place. Then it will display the value inside the total variable, right? Now I am going to run this program. Right here you can see, enter the price of 1 penny. It will display a message. This is this code block. Enter the price of 1 penny. I am going to enter the value. Let's say 12 rupees. Then press OK. Then finally it will calculate. I will use this value to 30 seconds. Otherwise, it will disappear quickly. Right. 12. Now you can see price of 5 pence is 60. It will display this message, price of 5 pence is, and it will get the value of this total variable, that is 60, right? 5 into 12. I input the value 12. That is the simple sequence type program. හරි doubt එකක් තියෙනවා නම් අහන්න. If you have questions, please ask.
Finish making the programs.
Right, good. right? I'll explain it again. This ask block is to have some input from the user. It will expecting a input from the user. When we double click this one, it will appear this kind of text box, right? Then we can put an input, right? So from this block, it will put that answer into this variable. Variable is to temporarily placed to hold some values, right? Then from this block calculates the price of 5 pence and it will put that value into this total variable, right? Then finally, from the say block, it will display a message, right? It will display a message. From this point, I want to print a message and the value of the total, right? Therefore, I will use this join operator, right? This message will be displayed and the value of total is will be displayed along this text. මේ text එකත් එක්ක total එකේ තියෙන value එකක් display වෙනවා. ඒක තමයි join operating අපි කරලා තියෙන්නේ. Right? Nakindu, okay with this?
Yes, sir.
Moneli?
Yes, sir.
Dinara?
Yes, sir.
Right, good. Situmi okay ne? Right, okay. Right, then I will go to simple selection control structure. That is the sequence. Second one is selection, right? In selection, we have to have this kind of decision point, right? With that decision, either way, we saw this, we have to select, right? This is the main point of selection controls. We have to select one path, right? Right. We are going to toss a coin. So with that result, whether it is head or whether it is tail, we are going to display the message. If it is head, we are going to display the message as head. If it is a tail, right, we are going to display message as a tail, right? What? Then we have to get the input from the user, right? Input from the user. What is the input? Toss the coin and get the result. Toss the coin and get the result. This is our input, right? With that input, we have to have a decision, right? We have to get the decision. I wrote, is it head? Or you can use, is it tail as well? It's upon to you. So when is it head? If it is yes, I can display what the output. I will display as head. If this is yes, depending on your question, right? If is it head, yes, then display as head, right? If it is no, definitely it is the tail, right? It is the tail, right? Then you have to end the program. According to this decision, we have to use this path or this path. Is it head? If it is yes, display as head. Otherwise, display as tail, right? If you ask the question as this way, is it tail? Is it tail? Then is it tail is yes, you have to display as tail. And if it is no, you have to display as head. Right? Take this down. You can write display as head and display as tail. Remember, you have to clearly show the flow of direction with these arrows. Otherwise, the flow chart is wrong if there is missing arrows. You have to either way you are going. You have to use the you have to end the program. Therefore, I will connect these two paths to end, right?
Finish writing.
Right? Same flowchart you can draw in this way as well. Right? This is the same thing, right? The no option or this flow you can draw in this way as well, right? The same thing. Sometimes you'll be confused if you get a flowchart like this. If it is yes, display as head. If it is no, display as tail. The same thing. Finally, you connect this one to end. Same thing. You can have in this way as well, right? But remember, you can't have a flowchart like this. You can't use this way. Only you have to select two options. You can't have a line or arrow in this way. This is wrong, right? This is wrong. Same flowchart. If it is head, yes, go and display it as head and go to end of the program. Otherwise means if it is not head, that means it is tail, right? Then go from this way and display tail finally in the program. That's the meaning. You can draw this one as this way also. Action එකේ තියෙන්න පුළුවන් දෙපැත්තක් විතරයි. මේ දෙපැත්ත use කරන්න පුළුවන් නැත්නම් මේකයි use කරන්න පුළුවන්. පැති දෙකයි use කරන්න පුළුවන්. decision point එකේ. එන flow එක තියෙනවා. අනිත් points තුනෙන් අපිට දෙකක් තමයි option දෙකට පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන්. තුනම පාවිච්චි කරන්න බෑ. තුනම පාවිච්චි කරොත් ඒ flow chart එක වැරදි. අවශ්‍ය නම් මේ විදිහටත් වැඩ ගන්න. මොකද එතකොට clearly ඔයගලන්ට මේ විදිහට flow chart එකක් දුන්නොත් confuse වෙන්නේ නැහැ. එතකොට ඔයගලන් දන්නවා මේකම දකම තමයි මේ තියෙන්නේ කියලා.
Finish making the program, sir.
Right, good. Okay, students, finish this one. Let's do the scratch program for this one. Now, this is a program of toss the coin and get the result and display the uh, output obtained, right? When clicked, now I want to display a message. Toss the coin, just a message, not expecting a input, just a message. Then I can use this say command. It just display a message, right? I can give a message as toss the coin. Let's say 10 seconds, right? Then this message is to display a message, right? Then I am going to expect the input from the user, right? He tossed the coin and now is going to give the input, right? So now expecting input, I will use from the sensing ask command, ask block, right? Which side you got? I will add something here. I am expecting head or tail. Therefore, I will mention head or tail, right? Which side you got, head or tail? So, therefore, user see this one, head or tail, then he will only input head or tail. Otherwise, if he input wrong input, right? So, our program will not work. Therefore, I will mention head or tail. Then user know I am expecting this kind of answer, right? Which side you got, head or tail? Now, to hold that answer, I have to create a variable again, right? I'll just side code, right? Then I will set to side code variable. I'm going to set the answer here, right? From this point, it will set the answer to my variable side code. Now, remember your flow chart. After that, there is a decision. We have to get the decision, right? So then, how we represent a decision point from scratch? There are two ways. We can use this if then command block O, right? This if then else command block. If then block O, if then else command block. So what is the occasions that we use this if then command, if then block? Have any idea? If then and if then else, right? Now you can remember in the flow chart, in our flow chart, if it is yes, we have to do something. If it is no, we have to do something, right? Then it will go to end of the program, right? So if it is yes, we have to do something. If it is no, we have to do something, right? So that kind of situation, if this condition is true, we have to do something. Else part is there, else we have to do something. Then this kind of situation, we have to use this if then else block. Else part is there, right? If the condition is true, we have to do something. Else part is there, we have to do something if the condition is not true, right? So when the else part is not there, that means this way. When the condition is not true, right? When the condition is not true, else part is not there, program directly go to the end. Else part is not there. If it is yes, do something, else end the program. For that kind of situation, we can use if then block, right? If then block. But here we have else part. Therefore, we use this if then else block, right? We have to display some message නේ. හරියට message එකක් display කරනවා, ඒක හරි නොගියත් message එකක් display කරනවා. Two options are there. ඒ නිසා if then else command එක අපි use කරනවා. Right? Remember, you can use to represent a decision point in Scratch by if then else block or if then block, right? That is the idea. I will keep this if then block here, Now I need to check what the answer is, tail or head, right? So from the operators, I can use this one. If the answer is now in my side dot variable, if this side dot variables result is equal to head, right? If it is equal to head, right, then I have to display a message. The result is displayed. Then I will say in seconds. Else part is also there. For the else part, I will display result is tail. Right? Now, this is my program. I'm going to run this one. Toss the coin. It will wait for 10 seconds. Right? Then it will display a message which side you got, head or tail. So I will toss the coin and I have got head. Therefore, I will write the input as head. Now you can see the result is head. It will print this message. Result is head. Then I will again give the another result as tail. Toss the coin. Which side you got, head or tail? I will type as tail. Right? The result is tail. That is else part. It will check the side got is equal to head. But it is not. Then it is not. It will go to the else part and display this result is tail message. Right? Do this one by yourself. Get the idea clearly. Try to do this without looking at the book or board. You can create your own variable. You can give any kind of name for that one.
Finish making the programs.
Right, good. right? Okay. Oneli and Dinara, finished?
Yes, sir.
Right. Dinara, finished?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we'll move to next one. Miller, out of many options. There is a selection. We have many options. Like when we toss the dice, right? So there are 6 phases. There are 6 phases. We have to show a message depending on the phase we got, whether it is one, right? This kind of dice, there are 6 phases like this. There are 3 other, and when we toss the dice, so we can get, let's say, 2, we can get 3, 4, 5, or 6, right? Depending on the result, we have to display a message, right? This is a selection out of many options. There are many options. How to draw this kind of flow chart, right? Start, right? Toss the dice. And the value, right? Or you can combine these as one as well. Toss the dice and get the value as a one, right? Then we have to have some decisions, right? What is the value? 1. Is the value 1? Then if it is yes, display 1, right? That is one option. If value is 1, we can display as 1. If it is no, that is the point. If it is no, there are 5 more options. If it is no, we have to check is the value is 2. The value is 2. If it is 2, display 2, right? Then If it is no, again we have to check. There are 4 more options, right? If it is no, we have to check. Is value 3. If it is yes, display 3. Again, if it is no, we have to check. Is value 4. If it is yes, display as 4, right? Finally, now we have checked whether it is 1, whether it is 2, whether it is 3, whether it is 4, whether it is 5. If the 5 is yes, then display 5. Else, directly we can display as it is 6. So finally, there is no else part, right? Then we can directly display as 6, right? Why? We have checked 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If the 5 is yes, display 5. Else we can directly display it is as 6. So we have to combine all these things to end of the program, right? There are more than one option. From multiple options, how we can draw a flow chart. So we can use multiple decision points in this flow chart, right? Tossing a dice, the value of 1 to 6. There are 6 phases. Depending on the phase we get, we have to display a message. This is how we draw the flow chart. You can take this down. Example, tossing the dice of value 1 to 6. Input is toss the dice and get the value. First, in first condition we check whether it is the value is 1. If it is yes, display 1. If it is no, we check is the value is 2. If it is 2, display as 2. Else, or if it is no, Then we have to check is the value is 3. Then display if it is yes, display 3. If it is no, we check value is 4. If it is yes, display 4. If it is no, check value is 5. Is the value is 5. If it is yes, display as 5. Else we display as 6 finally. And we have to combine all the directions to finally for the end of the program. Remember to place arrowheads clearly.
Finished drawing, sir.
Right, good. The dice, get the value. If the value is 1, if the value is 2, if the value is 3, if the value is 4, if the value is 5. Likewise, we'll go up to this point. Really okay?
Yes, sir.
Right. Cannot see this one. The value 1 is the value 2, the value. Right. Okay. I think wait for a moment. I'll finish up the class. Right. Okay. Any questions up to now? Yes. Right, good. Now, I will convert this one into Scratch program by next week. Right, next week there is a small problem for me. I have to go to China for an exhibition. So therefore, next week class will be not there. I will arrange another extra class for that one, right? Remember that one? If you can, translate this one into Scratch program and keep it as right. Then I will discuss that one later on, right? Okay, students. Any questions up to now?
No, sir.
Right. Okay, right. We'll meet on next, not next Sunday. I will inform you the date. Next class, next Sunday class will not be there. I will arrange extra class for that one, right? I will inform you. Okay, students, goodbye. Have a nice week.
Bye, sir. Goodbye.